You know, after I made last night's video, I really wasn't expecting to make another video about Star Wars today. And then my phone blew up about the new Acolyte trailer that dropped. So, I figured I might as well watch it, you know. It is a 31-second trailer. 31 seconds versus, let's see, a minute 45, which was the first trailer, and the second trailer being a minute 51 seconds. So, why 3 trailers? Well, I have a theory. Maybe a Star Wars theory. Okay, now that I pissed off a portion of the internet, I will now actually hopefully sound a lot better without the helmet on. If I sound exhausted, yes, I had a very long day at work. So, but it's Star Wars, so I'm going to try to keep up on the reacting to the show. And I just have to make sure when the episodes drop, I am available to actually give you my reaction on time, unlike the Bad Batch series. And I've just been procrastinating on the Tales of the Empire. So I do apologize, my fans, if you're wondering what my thoughts are on the Tales of the Empire. Hopefully I can rectify that, if not this month, then next month, depending on how the other project goes. So, but if you want to watch along with me, simply search Star Wars Acolyte trailer, look for conflict. Alright. And I will, if you can't for some reason find it before we start watching, I'll put the link into the description below so you could watch it with me. So, we're going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Alright. Okay. Okay. Out of all the things they were going to show in 31 seconds, it was more of the first Jedi being killed, probably. Alright. So. What could we get from this that we haven't gotten from the past 2 trailers? Well, I'm not saying much, to be completely honest. So, first Jedi being attacked by the assassin. She says one line, "Who trained you?" We already know who trained her. Unless she is referring to who trained you to fight with this knife, you know, or this style, because this is not a Jedi style that the assassin is using. But I don't see that being a thing. I could see the assassin using whatever Jedi base fighting style that she used and she grew up with, and then morphing it and modifying it depending on what assassin type of training she was given by Mr. Helmet with the Smile. So, what do I think that? Well, it's the only rational reason for an assassin that is force sensitive to kind of go off of. Now, let's see, what else, any other things that come to mind? So again, they're kind of showing a little bit of the whole kung fu without the lightsaber bit, which is kind of cool to see a Jedi fight without a lightsaber, to be completely honest. I'm not saying that should be a standard, but just like a little bits of pieces of just seeing more of Jedi training and tactics before the blade comes out. you know? Yeah, so this whole fight is just them showing off more of the knife fight. Okay, so the assassin kind of calling the force to bring the knives out. That is cool. That is pretty cool. And unmasking the assassin really fast, right away. It kind of defeats the purpose of giving a character a mask if you're going to unmask them really fast. I mean, as much as I wanted Kylo to be the next badass villain in the sequel trilogy, it reminds me a little bit too much of that character. Does that make any sense? Because before Rona, masks meant something other than Rona. Okay? It meant mystery. It meant like concealment. Like, depending on the design of the mask would also show you why the mask was worn by the character, especially with the rest of the costume attached to it. Which I don't think Disney Star Wars understands, which is what made Vader, when we first actually physically saw Vader, that reveal, him being so human at the end of Return of the Jedi, that more impactful, you know? Because up till Return of the Jedi, no one knew what Vader was. Okay, everybody, it was either a robot, some sort of maybe cyborg of some sort, but the idea of a human being underneath that didn't, to my knowledge, they kept that really under wraps. I say to my knowledge because when I first watched Star Wars, it was 4, 5 through 6 and Episode 1, because 2 and 3 didn't come out yet. That should tell you how old I am right there. That being said, I am getting a lot worse vibes from how they're going to handle the assassin. I hope I'm wrong, and they surprise us well with good writing with Miss Assassin here. But with how fast her mask comes off in the first fight we see, it does bring up a question. We gotta ask the show, okay, so if you're so quick to get rid of the mask, why does the character have the mask to begin with? Is it just because, make sure the sandy place that she's in, she could actually breathe? Is there like something in the air that's making just breathing while on the job such a pain in the ass? Let's see. But it's cool that here I'm kind of pausing and playing the interaction between Assassin and Jedi. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the whole pop choreography feels good, and I really like the idea of at least the Jedi that carried the green blade. They would still do their damnedest to avoid using the blade and still kind of pacify and eliminate the threat with their hands. I do apologize again. I had a very long day at work. So I'm just trying. I can't really gleam off like the last trailer video reaction I did, just based off this one fight scene alone. Like they are really hyping it up. So that was Well, that was telling me, that's the show saying, hey, pay attention to this first fight just because of the reason why this is all going on. But because the trailer revealed so much on the assassin's character backstory, we kind of don't need this trailer. I honestly feel like this trailer is just... it's not really showing us anything new, and that's what I'm not liking about this trailer. Except for the line, "Who trained you?" What I could possibly glean from that is Jedi Master doesn't really know doesn't really know why she's being attacked, but she also could know why based off just how the assassin fights, you know? Because I could see just between even a Padawan or a Force sensitive that did get training, it would be clear to any master that would be sparring, or in this case, trying to hold off an assassination of the Force user, which I guess the show is asking us, hey, can we figure out who the master is based off how assassin fights? But there's a problem with that. This character is new. All the Jedi are new. Unless they somehow tie it into the Grand Republic or the book series that is supposed to be kind of the High Republic. My apologies. Unless they're trying to tie something into the High Republic, it also just they're trying to play up the mystery. But the problem is when you release a trailer before this one, saying, oh, the main Jedi Master that's trying to figure all this out actually trained her, that does spoil a lot of the backstory already. So, because they're trying to hype up Miss Assassin's backstory up pretty hard, the only reasoning I could see from... if I were in the director's shoes, I'm like, yo, I need to sit down with the guys who makes the trailer, and we gotta do something to kind of hype this up more. Trying to hype up the combat over what's written and stuff. It's a good move. It's a good move from the marketing standpoint. Which, if that's what the trailer is trying to tell us, like, hey, get excited for more fights like this. Which is okay. Yeah, this whole little choreograph between Miss Assassin and Miss Master is kind of cool. So, yeah, so it's just, it's teasing the first fight, so that could only mean that the first fight is supposed to be one of those the audience is supposed to pay a lot of attention to, in terms of how each character fights with each other, especially what type of moves, how they move, all that jazz. And unless they're going to use that scene as a flashback scene multiple times to explain, like, leading up to it, that would be another reason I could see him do it. But even then, that's a bit of a stretch, because what made the movie Flashpoint really cool, to me at least, when I saw bits and pieces of it, I still need to finish it, is it was just replaying one scene but from a different perspective. But if they were trying to do that, we would probably see a little bit more of a build-up from the first Jedi Master's perspective. And shit. I have a prediction. I hope I'm wrong on this prediction, but I have a prediction. In all three trailers, the first scene ish involving the assassin has been the assassin going after this Jedi Master. This scene is there's gonna be one episode dedicated to the assassin's point of view going after the first Master. There's going to be a scene or episode dedicated to the Master's point of view before she died, going up to that fight. And there's probably going to be one person in that little cantina coffee place that they're fighting that's going to be kind of a key witness to how the assassin fought and all that. That's probably going to be or a droid. I could definitely see a droid being the one with the most information, unless the assassin is one of those kills many witnesses as possible type of assassins, which that would give this assassin a needed edge. I really should not have worked my eye, because if you see my eye twitching, it's because I rubbed it, and there's probably a little eyelash I just kind of fell on, and now the eye is reacting. So yeah, it's hard. It really is hard to pick apart this trailer, and the sad part is I prefer this trailer over the second one, just because it still doesn't reveal much. You know, it keeps things. If you saw this trailer and only this trailer going on into the show, you would the questions would be bigger and louder in your head. If you only saw the second trailer that I reacted to, you would kind of, the questions would be, okay, how's the climax going to happen, and how are all the Jedi going to die, and who is Mr. Helmeted Bit? So those were the big questions that was hitting me. The first trailer, from what I remember, was I had a lot more excited questions. You know, I had a lot more. If that was going to be the only trailer they showed and then did the show, I would still be. That trailer, I think, could have kept my hype going. But I might need to rewatch the first trailer to confirm that. Again, that's just me reacting to this third trailer conflict. So it's hard to pick apart this trailer without trying to focus on the fight choreography, and the only choreography experience I have is literally none. Okay, so I'm. Yeah, the whole, just because of how what the assassin is wearing and the type of weapons that she's using, she doesn't strike me as a kill every witness possible, because it's just throwing knives, pew, 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 which it is cool. Don't get me wrong, the throwing knife aesthetic has to come back. Yes, I grew up watching House of Flying Daggers. How could you tell? Which, by the way, if anybody watching this hasn't seen that movie, I'd highly recommend it. Think Romeo and Juliet, but set in Kung Fu, Japan, with, of course, flying knives going this way and that way. Anyway. Like, I could see them trying to release trailers showing less, which I wish they did this trailer, if not first, then, second. Because, again, the second trailer kind of revealed a lot, and that's one thing I hate about trying to react to trailers before a show I'm interested in, because, again, they could show the hand too much. Unless they're trying to pull a page from Alfred Hitchcock, which he famously did spoil one of his movies by just making a long commercial about, and this side of the building, this scene happened, and this side of the building, that scene happened, you know? So that would be the only other reason I think that they would be trying to show more and more of more and more of the fight in this trailer than the last trailer. So those are my thoughts on this third Acolyte trailer. If they drop a fourth trailer between now and the release of June 4th, I think that will be... I think that'll feel a lot more louder in terms of damage control. Because I'm trying to focus on what this show on its own is going to tell us. How good the story is, you know? How will it show? It will definitely show a different side of Star Wars we haven't seen. But is it going to show a different side of Star Wars that makes sense? That's going to be the tricky part with this show. That's going to be a very, very tricky part with this show. Because if they can make their world building, their story, and their execution of how the characters react to each other, and the plot line, if they could make it smooth with as few plot holes as possible, that would be good. That would be amazing if they could do that. But then again, Disney is running into the problem Dark Horse Comics is running into, which is usually their cartoons and their animated are usually mid to pretty good tier, and their live action is either mid to, oh my god, gut punching, insulting. Again, look at the Obi-Wan show and the hate it's caused, and debatably Ahsoka. But those are rants and videos for another time. It is 1:05 at the time of this recording. It's Mother's Day right now, so any mothers watching this, I hope you have an awesome Mother's Day. Sorry. If you haven't yet, at the end of this video, go and hug your mother. Unless she's asleep. Let her sleep. She's going to need it, alright? She's a badass. Assuming you're a badass watching this. Which you probably are if you're watching this channel. So, to all mothers out there, you got this. You're awesome. And, yeah. So that's my little Mother's Day little snippet there. And for everybody else, I still hope you have an awesome day. Alright? Are you still excited for this show, or are you just kind of readying up a bingo game and a drinking game with the show? If so, what type of bingo drinking game are you thinking of? Let me know down in the comments below. See, look, if we could set up like a little bingo card of how good or bad this show is beforehand, I think that I'll be reacting to these episodes in this show probably a little more funnier if it goes downhill. Again, hoping it doesn't go downhill, but my interest in it is more morbid curiosity. Well, I'm trying not to let my morbid curiosity keep me focused on this. But, yeah. I hope they don't make the trailer. If they make a fourth trailer, it would reveal too much. And at that point, my mindset would be like, alright, well, let's just see how everything connects now. So, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, hit notification, and if you want to see what other stuff I've been doing, I have an Instagram. I keep forgetting to plug it. Right now, I'm kind of working on a bunch of Space Marine minis for a local game shop. I plan to keep on to hopefully get some 40K games on in. If you got any painting advice for some of my minis when I mess up, which I did pretty badly on the last couple of ones, I could use some. So, and until next time, everybody, may the Force be with you.